Hi, welcome back. It's me, Romer Chavez, and for today's video, we will talk about the industrial wastewater treatment. What is industrial wastewater treatment? Usually referred to as sewage treatment or domestic wastewater treatment. Process of removing contaminants from wastewater, both runoff and domestic. We have here our main goal, why we need the wastewater treatment. First, we have to produce waste stream or the effluent, to produce solid waste or the sludge, and to discharge or reuse them back into the environment. Now, how it can be treated? It is collected and transported via a network of pipes and pumps to a municipal treatment plant. So let's discuss the three stages of wastewater treatment. We have the primary. Solids are separated. The secondary. Dissolved biological matter is converted into solid mass by using water-borne bacteria. 95% of suspended molecules should be removed. We have the last step, or the tertiary. The biological solids are neutralized, then disposed, and the treated water may be disinfected chemically or physically. Now, we have here the types of treatment. We have mechanical treatment, biological treatment, and chemical treatment. The mechanical treatment, influx or influent, removal of large object, removal of sand and grit, primary sedimentation. We have the biological treatment, trickling bed filter, activated sludge. And lastly, we have chemical treatment, the disinfection. And now let's discuss the stages of treatment one by one. We have the primary treatment, remove large object, example, sticks, rugs, toilet paper, tampons. Rake, screen, clog equipment in sewage treatment plant. We have the treatment stages. Primary treatment. Typical materials are removed during primary treatment includes fats, oils, and greases, or aka fog, sand, gravels, and rocks, aka grit. Larger settable solids includes human waste and floating materials. So we have here the method used in primary treatment. We have the sand catcher. Remove sand and grit. Control wastewater velocity. Sand, grit, and stone settle. Keep suspended organic matters in the water. Damaged equipment in the remaining treatment stage or end landfill. We have the primary sedimentation tank. Remove grease, oil, fecal solid settle, floating materials rise to the surface, produce a homologous liquid for later biological treatment, and fecal sludge are pumped to a sludge treatment plant. Preliminary treatment facilities. In this early stage of treatment, sand, debris, and man-made objects like rugs, papers, metals, and plastics are removed. These materials are separated from the wastewater and sent to a landfill. Next, the wastewater is sent to the primary clarifiers. Clarifiers are large sedimentation tanks where the wastewater are crescent. Heavy solids sink to the bottom while lighter organics such as oils, fats, and grease from cooking float to the top. During the primary treatment, about 20% of organics and 40% of solids are removed. Treatment stages. Secondary treatment. Degradation biological content or dissolved organic matter of sewage. Example, human waste, food waste, soaps, and detergents. Added bacteria and protozoa into sewage. Three different approaches. We have the fixed film system, suspend film system, and lagoon system. Three approaches. Fixed film system. Grow microorganisms on substrates such as rocks, sand, or plastic. Wastewater is spread over substrates. Example, trickling, filters, rotating biological contactors. trickling filters bed. Spread water over microorganism. Made of coke, carbonized coal, limestone chips, or special fabricated plastic media. Optimize their thickness by insect or worm grazing. Suspended film system. Steer our suspended microorganisms in wastewater, settled out as a sludge. Pump back into the incoming wastewater. Example, activated sludge, extended aeration. Now we have the activated sludge. Mixed community of microorganisms. Both aerobic and anaerobic bacteria may exist, and biological flux is formed. Now let's discuss the 5 physical components of activated sludge process. First, we have the aeration tank. Oxygen is introduced into the system. Second, we have the aeration source. Ensure that adequate oxygen is fed into the tank. Provide pure oxygen or compressed air. The secondary clarifiers. Activated sludge, solid separates from surroundings of wastewater. Activated sludge outflow line. Pump activated sludge back to the aeration tank. Lastly, we have the effluent outflow line. This is the discharge effluent into the bay or tertiary treatment plant. Next, we have the lagoon system. Hold the wastewater for several months. Natural degradation of sewage, usually rinsed and pre-fed. At aeration tank, secondary treatment removes the remaining organics and solid sugars, starches, protein, detergents, and soap are broken down by normally occurring microorganisms in the tank. Air needed for the microorganisms is supplied from blowers located in the blowers and electrical buildings. Next, the water waste pipe to the secondary clarifiers. The microorganisms are separated or turned back into aeration tank. Revolving arms simultaneously withdraw the concentrated microbes from the bottom and skin the foam from the top. And lastly, we have the treatment stages, tertiary treatment. Remove disease-causing organisms from wastewater. 3 different disinfection processes. We have the chlorination, UV light, radiation, and ozonation. The chlorination, most common of all. Advantages, low cost and effective. The disadvantages, chlorine residue could be harmful to the environment. Next, we have the UV light radiation. Damage the genetic structure of bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens. Advantages, no chemicals are used. Water tastes more natural. The disadvantages, high maintenance of the UV lamp. Lastly, we have the ozonation. Oxidize most pathogenic microorganisms. Advantage, safer than chlorination, fewer disinfection byproduct. Disadvantages, high cost. What can effluent used for? Discharge into a stream, river, bay, lagoon, or wetland. Used for irrigation of golf course, greenway, or park. If it's sufficiently clean, it can be used for groundwater recharge. Clear effluent clarifiers is called secondary effluent. Advanced treatment, nitrogen removal. Ammonia NH3 go to nitrite NO2 go to nitrate NO3. Phosphorus removal. Precipitation with iron or aluminum salt led to eutrophication. May cause algae bloom. Sludge treatment. Primary sludge usually have strong odors. Secondary sludge have high concentration of microorganisms. Goal of treatment are reduce odors, remove water, reduce volume, decompose organic matters. Untreated sludge are about 97% water. Setting can reduce about 92 to 96% of water. Dried sludge is called a sludge cake. We have the three different sludge treatments. We have the aerobic digestion, anaerobic digestion, or composting. We have the first one, the aerobic digestion. Bacterial process need oxygen, consume organic matters, and convert into carbon dioxide or CO2. Second one, we have the anaerobic digestion. Bacterial process do not require oxygen. Consume organic matter. Produce biogas which can be used in generators for electricity. And lastly, we have the composting. Aerobic process require the correct mix of carbon, nitrogen, and water with sludge. Generate large amount of heat. Next, we have the sludge disposal. Superheat sludge and convert into small granules that are rich in nitrogen. Sell it into local farmers as fertilizers. Spread the sludge cake on the field. Save landfill space. The last step for treated water is disinfection in effluent pumping. In the contact tanks, a disinfectant similar to concentrated bleach is added to clear effluent to kill diseases causing bacteria. Then, clear effluent is discharged back into the environment. Solid handling is another important part of the treatment plant. The perfect environment for microscopic scanning of bacteria to break down the solid bacteria, turning it into stable organic matter known as biosolids. This valuable product is recycled as natural soil amendment. Save water today, tomorrow, and for the more years to come. So that's it for today. That ends my presentation. Thank you for watching. Take care and you're welcome.